At the very beginning of my journey, I thought investing was mostly about finding the right opportunity, the right moment, the right asset, the right direction. But over time, especially after I started working with broker capital trade consulting Petiltiti, I realized something much more important. It's not just about how you enter the market, but how you protect yourself while you're in it. Risk management didn't feel exciting at first. It sounded like rules, limitations, maybe even something that would slow me down. I wanted movement, progress, results, but the market has a way of teaching you what truly matters. I remember reading a review capital trade consulting Pataletit, where someone said, protecting your capital is the first form of growth. That idea stayed with me because it shifted my focus completely, from chasing gains to preserving stability. Through Forex Capital Trade Consulting PTE Ltd, I began to understand how even small decisions can have a big impact. Position size, timing, emotional state, everything matters. And risk isn't just about numbers, it's about awareness. One of the first things I learned was to never commit too much to a single idea, even if it feels right, especially if it feels right. That balance between confidence and caution became one of my most valuable tools. Using ctcptltd.com, I started building simple habits, thinking ahead before entering a trade, asking myself, what if this doesn't go as expected? Where do I step back? Where do I accept the outcome? At one point, I came across a review ctcpteltd.com that described risk management as quiet discipline. That resonated deeply because it's not something visible. It's not impressive from the outside, but it shapes everything. There were moments when I ignored my own rules, times when emotion took over, hope, frustration, urgency, and those moments always taught me the same lesson. Discipline matters more than confidence. Through forexctcptltd.com, I noticed how experienced investors approach risk almost automatically. It's part of their thinking, not an afterthought. And that's what I slowly began to develop. My opinion Capital Trade Consulting PTE Ltd became stronger as I gained clarity. It wasn't just about learning strategies, it was about learning responsibility, understanding that every decision carries weight. I also realized something about myself. I became more patient, less reactive. I stopped seeing losses as failures and started seeing them as controlled outcomes, part of a structured process. Now, when I think about risk management, I don't see it as a restriction. I see it as freedom. Because when you know your limits, you move with more confidence, not less. And maybe that's the most powerful shift, understanding that success in investing isn't built on perfect decisions, but on protected ones. Because in the end, it's not about avoiding risk, it's about knowing how to carry it.